All right, Ina, this is potentially my favorite question. Do you have someone that has been in your life that's been an influencer for your career and, for that matter, your life overall?
I always struggle with this question because I think every single person we work with, especially if we are privileged to work for really great bosses, make an influence on us. And I have a long string of great people I worked for at IBM and later at Civil Logistics and at Intra who taught me something new and who took a risk on me. The person who gave me my first board seat took a risk on me.
Mm-hmm.
The person before him who brought me from IT to logistics and put me in charge of 1,500 people organization
Sure.
that was in need of transformation took a risk on me. And they taught me something and I've learned a lot from them. One person I wanted to mention that will be very different from that line is my grandfather. I was the only grandchild, and somehow people forgot to tell my grandfather that girls are supposed to play with dolls rather than chess and mathematics. So being a physicist and a leader in a large lab which he built,
Wow.
he taught me quite a lot of different things, from how you manage people to just my love for mathematics and physics and good engineering. And, when I was 10 years old and I had to sit on a weekend solving math problems rather than playing with my girlfriends, I may not be that appreciative, but I am very much right now. And he taught me to play chess, which develops a very strategic view of the world, and I'm forever grateful to him for that.
Sounds like my grandfather. I would walk with him in Montreal. We'd walk, and he said hello to every single person that passed him. And some people thought that was strange, but they ended up loving him. And it was amazing how he engaged, and something about it. Something about it. So good for your grandfather. I think he's probably feeling pretty successful right now.
I hope wherever he is that he does. He passed away.
Thank
my
you.
grandmother is still around, and my grandmother. We
Wow.
have 4 generations of women in our family: my grandmother, my mother, me, and my daughter. My grandmother was a pediatrician for all her life, and for over 50 years she worked the same district, and she has a fantastic memory for medical histories. Now she's over 90 years old and she doesn't leave house often. But even 10 years ago, I remember walking the street with her was almost like you described. Except for people will say hello for her because she was their doctor, or their kids' doctor, or their grandkids' doctor. And she would stop and discuss their medical histories with them. And that was absolutely amazing. And that love for people is just something you want to admire and cherish and inherit.
Absolutely. Remember the Beatles. All you need is love, right? Thanks for that. That was great sharing. I appreciate it.